Hi guys, long time no see. I am back. I've been having mock exams at school for the past 2 weeks and finally it's 설날 break, so I'm just gonna be filming a lot and posting a lot. Yeah, this is awkward to film after such a long time, and I know I've kind of been, in and out for the past 6 months or so, but I am going to be back, I promise, this time actually. And today's topic, and I'm so excited to make this video right now, is going to be about Jin Chae Sun. Now, Jin Chae Sun is a female Korean pansori singer, and if you don't know what pansori is, it's a traditional folk music of Korea. And if you've ever heard of the name Jin Chae Sun, you probably know of her because Suji, 배수지, played her in the movie 도리화가. 도리화가 translates to a sound of a flower, and it was a movie that 배수지 starred in. So you might have heard of Jin Chae Sun there. Now, Jin Chae Sun, she's estimated to have been born around 1842 or 1847, but we're not sure about the exact date right now. And she's really widely regarded as the first female pansori singer because back then, females were not allowed to perform or even show their face outside of the home, and it was kind of considered taboo for a woman to be out there and singing and showcasing herself and her talent. So she is widely regarded as the first female pansori singer. However, this might not actually be true, and we have to keep this in mind because even in Joseon back then, there were gisaengs and there were courtesians, and they would perform and they would sing, and they might have sang pansori as well. So we have to 고려해 that part, but she is known as the very first female pansori singer, which is very interesting. And she is known as, the master of performing 신청가 and 춘향가. So 춘향가 and 신청가, if I'm to go, a little bit off topic here. So 춘향가 is, if you might know, a story. It's a folk story in Korea. It's about the tale of 춘향이, and I forget her lover's name, but it's a love story basically, and it's also a pansori song. And 신청가 is about a young girl who throws herself into an ocean or a river. I can't remember exactly, but they're both very famous, very important folk stories that Koreans love. And she was extremely talented at performing these two songs. Now, Chae Sun was born in 무장면, 고창 country in North Jeolla. And she was the daughter of a female shaman. 무녀의 딸이었어요. The Joseon dynasty was a caste system, and they had the kings and the 왕족, and then they had the yangbans, and they had the 중인 and the 상인, and slaves and butchers and on. And shamans were the lowest of the low, basically right down there with the butchers and the slaves. They were down there. And a female shaman was considered even worse than a male shaman. So Jin Chae Sun, let's see, she's a girl. She is not rich, she's not, from a privileged family. She's the daughter of a shaman who's considered the lowest of the low. So it's really unlikely that she's going to have a chance to perform pansori, right? But luckily she met a teacher. She met a teacher called Shin. And even though, it was kind of against the rules to teach a girl how to perform pansori, her teacher saw her talent and he took her in to train her as a singer. And at age 22, she was given the chance to perform at 낙성연 in Gyeonghwaru Pavilion. Basically, this is a pavilion in Gyeongbokgung, Gyeongbok Palace. It's where the king resides, right? So she performed for the king at a celebratory dinner. But the catch here is that she was disguised as a man. Because even though her teacher had taken her in and trained her, girls still were not allowed to perform. And she disguised herself as a man to be able to perform at the palace in front of the king. And as expected, she did awesome. Her performance was beautiful. And there she caught the eye of Henseon Daewon-gun, who is the father of Gojong of Korea. Did I do a video on Gojong? Maybe I didn't, but I will soon. So basically, she caught the eye of a very senior member in the royal family. And it is kind of estimated that it's not fact proven, but basically it's widely believed that she became Daewon-gun's concubine. That's what people believe right now. Since she became the concubine of that father of the future king, her teacher became extremely devastated. And this story is where the name 도리화가 actually comes from. 이제 모르시는 분들이 많은데 도리화가 영화의 이름이 이제 진채선의 스승이 like Shin, basically he was so devastated because he lost his student to the guy. And it's believed that Shin had romantic feelings for his student, which sounds weird as I'm saying it, but you know, it's history. And basically he was so heartbroken that he made a song. He made a pansori song for her titled The Song of a Flower, 도리화가. It's like the song of the peach blossom, basically, if we were to translate it literally. And then when Daewon-gun fell out of power, eventually Jin returned to her ill mentor, Soo-seung, and she stayed by his side until he died. But, you know, we're not exactly sure when Jin Chae Sun died, but she disappeared. She disappeared without a trace after her mentor, Shin, died. It is also speculated that the queen, that the Empress Myeongseong might have killed her, but, you know, that's a whole different theory. Or that, you know, she might have fled to China or something like that. Like, we're not completely sure of it right now, but so let's just say that she disappeared. And that is the very interesting story of Jin Chae Sun. I think she's a very inspiring person because actually if we put it in the long scheme of like the world, like if this is like in the mid 1800s, like almost late 1800s, right? Like her time. Like back then, women in Korea were not allowed to sing. But she was, you know, basically the first one who even had to disguise as a man to perform these songs. And I think that's really inspiring. And, you know, I really wanted to do a video on her because not a lot of people know about her because she isn't like a king or a princess. So I wanted to, you know, share with you guys someone that is not widely known, but I think is a really amazing person. So thank you for watching the video today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!